was. I really liked the week that we had, and appreciate the energy and the sense of purpose that the guys are coming out with. And obviously, it's not all clean, but there's some great learning going on. And we got 3 practices left. But what I get energized by with this group is that I don't feel like anybody's counting it down. I think everyone's coming out with a purpose to the day, and I think we need to make sure that we maximize the 3 opportunities we get next week. But they've been fun to be around, and like I said, not that it's all perfect, but I think there's some great learning and teachable moments every time we go, and it's what you do with that opportunity. I think you saw it last couple practices with the receivers. Guys are fighting to come back, or guys are get a lot of reps because we're low in the numbers, but I like seeing guys fighting through it, and I thought Jazz has put together a couple of days. It's good to get Rob back and going, and I think other guys get a chance to step up or not be consistent, and it's a coaching point. You got to be more consistent. So I like the way the guys are approaching it, and glad it's spring and not fall, but appreciate this group right now.
You mentioned things not being, you've got linemen jumping offside. As a coach, how do you address that, whether it's spring, camp, or in season?
I think like right there today was a good example that you got to address it with the situations. You guys, you're stacking a drive together, and you jump off sides, stay down, and then you don't want to jump off sides. That's a controllable penalty. But then I think we spent some time on how you can respond. Like that stuff happens, bad stuff happens, and how you respond, and it's going back, and you can't have the carryover from one play to another. Just in that little window, there was, and I think when you put it in a scrimmage setting, for in practice, you jump off sides, you're out, you're missing an opportunity, and you got to do something to get them to lock in. And no one's, I think it's a shame on us as coaches if we're putting a guy in that doesn't care. So they're caring. So if the guy drops the ball or drops a pick or misses a tackle, what can we do what's causing it? And a lot of it is trust yourself. If you're a tackle, and trust that you're going to have a good set, and you don't have to cheat to get on that. So they're all really good teachable moments.
You decided on a spring game format yet? And if so, what will that look like?
Haven't. Certainly got an idea, but haven't finalized anything. It's not ready for print yet.
You mentioned the wide receivers.
I don't think I speak till after that, so that way I don't have to talk about it.
You mentioned the wide receivers. Do you think George Rushing is one of those guys that has kind of improved from where he was last year to now?
I thought George Thursday did some of the things that were repeatedly getting him in trouble. I thought he did a better job of, and I noticed a couple today that he was carrying those positive steps forward. I'm anxious to look and see the rest of the tape. But yeah, George is. I appreciate it. He's one of the guys in that group that's gone every day, and I think George's a lot of it's just having that self-confidence that he can trust himself to let it go and getting out of that comfort zone. And so it's every day is a good day. Spring's awesome because you can learn. As long as no one gets hurt on that play, it's a great play.
Reggie Love has put together a few good days. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, I mean, Reggie hadn't practiced since a couple days. I appreciate him coming back out, and Reggie's played football. He knows it, and I think it's getting him comfortable, not just with what he's doing. I mean, Reggie knows the plays and the playbook, but it's just getting him comfortable. And it was good to have him out. It's kind of like Rob when he fought back in his first couple days. He certainly wasn't full go today, but he did enough to, I think, get some good work and give himself a chance to get some things on tape that he can learn from.
I don't know how much you worry about with the kicker because Rafael can't control that. But what do you expect for him this year? Because good freshman year, up and down last year.
Yeah, I think at the tail end of it, with Hoff, and really all the players at that, now you're entering your 3rd season. I think it's consistency is one thing, and I've appreciated. Fans might not recognize him. He's done a great job, and that's where all this, things off the field do carry over on the field. And I think he's taken steps, and he's lost 20, 25 pounds, and what that means to kicking, I really don't know, but I do know that he's committed to finding areas where he can get better, and I think consistency he's certainly talented.
You said that there's a lot of no one's counting the days down for the end of spring, but there were some scrums out here today. How do you view those? Are you okay with them as long as they don't get out of control?
Yeah, and it's what's caused it, and there's a fine line on it, right? And I think that's when you get a group that's competitive and all that, and I think you got to be smart. Now that one was in a situation where you're scrimmaging. We weren't tackling, but we're moving the chains, and whatever happened in that play was going to affect the situation of the next one. And right down there, you got it, and one kid would get tossed out of the game, and that you've got to learn to keep your composure. But there's a few of those we've had them, and I think there's times, and they're also individual. You don't say that you like fighting, but you understand it.
It's been a long time till the first game, a long time since Corey's surgery. But is he finally physically look like a guy who can make plays as opposed to what he was at some point?
Yeah, I think that right now Corey's, it's been a long rehab road, but I think that he's starting to have the confidence back. And, he's not, I don't think he's thinking as much about the injury. And I think the last couple days you've seen him kind of be able to turn it loose, and certainly he's talented and has the ability to make plays. So I think it's good just to see him feel like he's playing, not thinking about how to protect himself, or the injury, I should say.
How much weight do you put in the next Saturday's spring game as far as determining positions and starting jobs?
I don't think I've told the kids this all spring. I'm not concerned about who the starters are in spring, but you are working to put yourself in positions to get a lot of reps. And the first time that starters matter is when this year it's when we play against LSU, and so that's the only time. And I think the spring games, it's one more opportunity that we get to play, and we're going to have, for some young guys, they're going to get, more snaps, and can they make plays? Every guy's building their resume. Every guy's, if they put themselves out there, they get a chance to learn and grow from it. So you put a lot of weight into every opportunity we get, and spring games, one that we get fans here, and it's how do some guys handle. It's not going to be nearly what it is in the season, but how do you handle people in the stands, and do you get there's a natural excitement, which can also breed a little bit of nervousness, and how do you handle that? It's all pretty good stuff.
Feedback's going to be a little bit different next year than what you had with Derek in terms of skill set and what you might be, how you might be able to use them.
I think that there's, Derek was pretty versatile, and so I don't want him to see this interview or read it and say, boy, they're going to change it, because, I think Derek kind of led us to some of this and thought, there's some things that we can do, and we think we got some pretty good football players. Leon, I think, is continuing to get better. I don't know if this was practice 12. That's 12 days or practices where he's playing fullback, so he's just learning. And I think Alec Ingold, has some different skill set. I think that, you wouldn't do the same thing with those two and Austin Ram. So it's good to get Ram back in practice. And so I think we'll always have to, the player will dictate a little bit, and the position, I think there's enough similarities where you can have a carryover, where things that are in the package that you can back it up, and an injury doesn't take you out of doing something. So I think that, but Derek was in the forefront. He was the godfather of them all. And Brady Ewing on the staff. And Brady's probably looking at us like, geez, I could have done that and then some. So I'm still trying to make up with that one. All right, thanks.